Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The latest episode of State of Mind had General Hospital star Maurice Benard getting emotional during his conversation with the young and the restless Lauralee Bell for the most heartwarming reason. Psalm host Benard admitted he didn't know Bell before having her on his podcast. But once they got chatting, their conversation flowed for nearly an hour. One of the most poignant parts of the episode was when Bell shared with Benard one of her favorite things about her late mother, and our creator Lee Philip Bell. What I love more than ever is that she really found her happiness, where I find my happiness, where you find your happiness, in terms of being able to thank the fans on a more direct level, Bell began. So she would open up fan mail. She would call people and be like, "I just want to thank you for watching." The actress revealed the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's my biggest thing. We can't thank the fans enough. They're the reason we're here. Benard was left in awe of the elder Bell as she continued. I'd go into her office, and she'd have a pile of who she was going to call that day. That was pretty great. You're making me emotional, Benard admitted. Benard is also one to have a relationship with his fans. Not only did he recently go live on Instagram to chat with his followers as he headed to his podcast studio, but the actor is also going on tour this summer. In the world of daytime television, actors don't just play roles, they live them. Few understand this more than Maurice Benard, the iconic star behind General Hospital's Sonny Corinthos. His real-life struggles with mental health and emotional vulnerability have always deeply informed his performances, drawing audiences closer with every raw moment on screen. But when he sat down with the young and the restless star Lauralee Bell for a heart-to-heart conversation that quickly turned intimate and revealing, fans saw something even more powerful. A genuine emotional connection that brought Benard to tears and reminded viewers why soap operas aren't just scripted drama, but reflections of real-life humanity. Maurice Benard, known for his award-winning portrayal of Sonny, has long been open about his battle with bipolar disorder and the emotional toll it has taken on his personal and professional life. In recent years, through his video podcast State of Mind, he's given the public rare insight into the psyche of not just a soap star, but a man who has fought through darkness to find healing. So when Lauralee Bell, best known for playing Christine Cricket Blair on Louie and R, joined in for a candid conversation, no one expected the level of emotional resonance that would follow. From the moment the conversation began, there was an energy that felt different. Bell, poised and reflective, quickly guided the discussion into territories rarely explored so deeply between daytime colleagues. The two stars didn't just talk about acting or their shows. They talked about family, grief, legacy, and the cost of fame. And in doing so, they unlocked something vulnerable and genuine in each other. At one point, as they touched on the pressures of growing up in the public eye and living up to family expectations, Benard's voice cracked and tears welled in his eyes. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't for ratings. It was real. The emotional moment that grabbed headlines came when the topic turned to Lauralee's father, the late William J. Bell, who co-created Boy and R and The Bold and the Beautiful. Maurice, overcome with emotion, spoke about how much the Bell family meant to the soap world and how their work had given actors like him purpose and stability. You don't even realize, he told Lauralee, what your family has done for people like me. The weight of those words hung in the air, and the silence that followed said more than any dialogue could. Benard, whose own family story has played out in both public and private arenas, found a kindred spirit in Lauralee Bell, someone who understood the burden of a legacy, the privilege of platform, and the pain that comes with losing guiding figures. As they discussed the intersection of mental health and fame, the conversation deepened. Maurice revealed that in his darkest moments, the support of the soap community, and specifically the values that the Bell family upheld in their productions, helped anchor him. Fans watching the interview responded instantly. Social media lit up with messages of support, gratitude, and awe. Viewers praised Benard's vulnerability and Belle's grace, calling the interview one of the most powerful conversations in soap history. For many, it was a reminder of why daytime television endures. Not just because of the storylines, but because of the people who give those stories life. But for Benard, the moment wasn't just emotional, it was cathartic. In later comments, he acknowledged that speaking with Lauralee helped him process grief he didn't know he was still carrying. "I think I cried because I felt safe," he shared with fans days later. Lauralee created that space. Sometimes we don't know how much pain we still hold until someone shows us kindness and respect. That's what she did. Belle, for her part, was equally moved. She later reflected on the conversation in a heartfelt social media post, writing, "Maurice is a true gift to this industry. I went into that conversation hoping to talk about work, but we ended up talking about life, real life. And that's the kind of connection this world needs more of." The interview also reignited appreciation across the soap industry for the bridges that connect actors across networks. While GH and Y&R may be competing shows, the reality is that the daytime community is tightly knit. Bonds forged through decades of storytelling often extend beyond studio walls, and this conversation was proof of that shared humanity. Behind the camera, producers and writers took note of the cultural moment created by the conversation. Some insiders say there's renewed interest in exploring more crossover events, not just in terms of storylines, but in how networks can unite to raise awareness about issues like mental health, grief, and resilience. With Benard and Belle leading the way, there's hope that future collaborations could transcend ratings wars and focus instead on healing, truth, and connection. In many ways, this emotional conversation couldn't have come at a more crucial time. With the world facing collective trauma from global uncertainty, personal loss, and social fragmentation, audiences are craving authenticity. They want to see their favorite stars not just as characters, but as people. Maurice Benard and Lauralee Belle delivered that in spades, showing that real strength comes from sharing your wounds, not hiding them. As the industry continues to evolve, this moment may very well be remembered as a turning point. Not for ratings, not for controversy, but for its quiet power, for its honesty, for the tears of a man who spent years making us feel every kind of emotion through his character, now finally letting us see his own. And if there's one lesson to take away from Maurice Benard's emotional exchange with Lauralee Belle, it's this: vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the truest form of strength. In a world of scripts and scenes, it's the unscripted moments that leave the deepest mark. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.